Hey, Russell Hotel's going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. It's the daily check-in. I know you guys miss me. I know that. I've been kind of MIA, missing in action the last couple days. But hey, I'm here. But we're live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn, and I'm live from the Marriott Marquis in New York City. You know the one on Broadway? That's the one I'm at, right? Okay, so the reason why I have not been, I've been kind of um, keeping a low profile. I've been out of town. I've been traveling. So I'm in, of course, I just said I was in New York, right? So here for a conference. So I got here yesterday. Yeah, yesterday afternoon, late, well, about 3 o'clock, I guess, 3:30, something like that. Got to the hotel probably close to 5. Had to register, had to do all this stuff. Then there was a reception, of course, and then you got to hit the ground running. Well, I had to find something to eat too, right? And guess what? I found some non-meat eats close to the hotel. So this hotel's on Broadway and like 45th, I believe. And some non-meat eats down the street, right? I'm like, what? You know how you Google like non-meat eats, near me, and oh my gosh, it was like this jerk macaroni and cheese, right? And it had like the vegan meat chopped up on it. Oh man, you talking about something that was good and creative? Oh, oh my god, it's called On the Fly. So it's called Vegan on the Fly. Man, it was so good. So if you're ever in New York and you're looking for some non-meat eats and you're staying at well, I guess you don't have to stay here, but let's just say you're staying at the Marriott Marquis, okay, the one on Broadway. It's literally like a 7-minute walk. I mean, you can't beat it, right? So there you go. So of course, I always have to share some non-meat eat stories for you. So I'm here at the what is the conference called? It's a Northstar conference. It's called SMU. So this is my first time attending SMU, and SMU is more of an international. If you book international, then yeah, you need to be here, kind of thing. So, you got a lot of international destinations, hotels, transportation. All those companies are DMCs for the most part. They're all here. They're all well, not all of them, but a lot of them are represented here. In fact, there's got to be over 400 people here, maybe like 450 people. So it's probably one of the largest events that I have attended with Northstar. So Northstar does a great job. Shout out to David Blansfield. Shout out. What's up, David? So, in fact, David, I talked to him yesterday. He's the senior VP of Northstar. And I said, let's have you on the show, right? And he said he was ready to come on. Just all I got to do is ask him. So that's what I'm talking about. When people, well, first of all, people know what you do. And he did know because past shows, he basically, said, hey, I watched your show and I think it's good. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, we got a little fan here. So I've asked him, maybe the last conference I saw him, I think I mentioned it. And I mentioned it again because I just want to keep it fresh in his mind. But we're definitely going to make that happen. And we're going to talk about, we'll talk about Northstar meetings and, what's the future of meetings because they have all the data, right? And I appreciate the job that they do here, not just David, but all, his staff and all that stuff. So I do appreciate that. And I appreciate the people that come and, because everybody's giving up their time, right? So although, yeah, it's their job, right? We understand that, but being away from home, especially if you're from another country and you're here, it takes some sacrifice, right? So I appreciate the meeting planners that are here as well as the hoteliers and the CVB people or tourism people that come as well, and the DMC people as well, because we can't do any of this stuff without all those participants. So thank you. So real quick, let's talk about the Marriott Marquis. I've always wanted to come to this hotel. Did I tell you? Okay, let me just tell you this real quick. Let me just tell you this. I've been to New York before, right? But this is the first time I've actually been to New York and stayed in a hotel in New York. I never stayed in a hotel in New York. I stayed in New Jersey, and come to the city, and I passed through it, like had a long layover, and on my way to to Africa a couple of years ago. And what else? What else? What else? So that's it. So this is the first time I actually stayed here. So and I've always wanted for whatever reason, but I booked here before, right? So I've always booked kind of sight unseen. I booked into New York at least twice, But this is my first time actually staying at a hotel in New York, in the NYC. So I've always wondered. I used to see this hotel in magazines or whatever, the Marriott Marquis, right? Remember, I started my career with Marriott, so I always wanted to stay at this hotel. And well, 100 years later, here I am, right? So, but no, they do a great job. I got some specifics or some metrics of the hotel. Of course, I'm going to share them with you. So, 1,971 guest rooms, 110,000 square feet of meeting space. The place is huge, right? So, it takes up, I don't know, a damn block. And a New York block is huge. And it was renovated in 2021. So I guess yeah, the rooms are fine. The rooms are nice. So I appreciate everything they've done. It's not easy dealing with groups, especially groups of meeting planners and other hoteliers. Okay, and it's not easy hosting those particular groups because everybody's like, you know, oh, this is wrong. This is not right. I don't like this. I don't like that. You know how they are. Anyway, the comments are open, and I know I'm late. It's like 7:25 back home in LA. It's 10:25 here, but that's okay. You don't have to check it out live. You can check it out on the replay. Okay, this is a daily check-in. I do this Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the most part. Normally, today on Tuesday, I would have done on air with Russell of Hotels. You know that live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. But I wasn't able to do it because I was in, meetings all day long. In fact, I'm not sure how many meetings I did today, or we did. Let's see. I mean, look at this. Can you see that? Maybe you can't see that. Yeah, it's a whole list. I had to do that whole page of meetings. You see the check marks? That means all those have been completed, right? And then you see there's numbers on there. So it's kind of like speed dating, if you will. I want to say each meeting is like 13 minutes. Yeah, I think it's 13 minutes. So you have, and I don't know who, I ain't trying to throw nobody under the bus, okay? But why do they have you going from the single digits? Remember, there's over 400 people here, right? From the single digits to the three-digit numbers, like from 125 to number 5, and they're on opposite sides of the room. Oh my God. But anyway, I know this is probably the easiest way to do it. And the room wasn't that big, and I probably got my steps in. In fact, I need to check to see how many steps I did today. But we got to find something. Things could be perfect, but we always got to find something to complain about, right? So, but no, it was all good. In fact, let me just count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait a minute. Let me hold on one second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so it was 18. So I had 18 today. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so when it's all said and done, it'll be 26 because I have about 7 tomorrow. Okay. No, well, that's 9 tomorrow. I have 9 tomorrow, and then we're done by 12:13. So we're done at 12:13 tomorrow, and there's transportation going back to the airport for all the planners. The suppliers. You're on your own. Okay. Good luck getting back to the airport. Okay. JFK. All right. Good luck. But no, they do. They do pay for us, or yeah, they have a shuttle or bus that will take the planners back to the airport, okay? But we were on our own to get from the airport to here, which I had a good friend that picked me up, so, thank you, Raw, appreciate that. Let's see. So, let's see, what are some of the appointments I had today? I'll just give you one. Air New Zealand, Grand Fiesta Americana, Coral Beach, Cancun, Grand Fiesta Americana, Los Cabos. So yeah, so shout out to those hotels. What about Helsinki Convention Bureau, and then Sokos Hotels? Okay, shout out to them as well. And then tourism. I'm just giving you a couple. Okay, I ain't going through the whole list. I'm just letting you know kind of who's here, who's being represented. Bermuda Tourism Authority, Donna Douglas. I actually have a group going to Bermuda, so it was good to touch base with them and get some information on DMCs and things like that, because my group needs, although they're doing a cruise to Bermuda, there's some activities that they want to do. And, I just wanted to be hooked up with a DMC in Bermuda, which I got the information for my client. So that's what it's all about, right? So it's all about getting things for your client. Um, so yeah, all is good. All is good. All Spain travel. Yeah. So yeah. So it was good. It's been good. As you can see, the backdrop, you see a little of the city lights. I mean, you get a glare from the window. I didn't want to be in front of the window. I was going to do this with the window of the city at my back, but there's so much of a glare in it wouldn't look right. So I didn't do it. So anyway, let's move on. And this daily check-in the daily check-ins don't have to be that long. I just kind of make them long because I like talking. I like talking. So, any topic for today? Let's see. Um, Southwest Airlines. Okay, just real quick. Did you guys hear the Southwest Airlines as of May 28th of this year will no longer, you know how they do the bags fly free, meaning you don't have to pay for your bags. You can check up to 2 bags and you just get on the damn plane and go about your business. Well, they're doing away with that. So starting the 28th is the last day, I believe. So I guess that means on the 29th of May, you got to start paying for your bags on Southwest Airlines. I said, what? I mean, wasn't that their whole thing? Their whole, marketing strategy is not to charge for bags. Now they'll just be like any other airline. So why would you choose Southwest Airlines now? So gone are those days of people. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say because I'm disappointed because Southwest Airlines is one of my favorite hotels. I mean hotels, favorite airlines, and I would tell people that I fly Southwest Airlines. Well, guess what? I ain't doing that no more. After May 28th, I'm not doing that anymore because they're just gonna be like everyone else, charging $30, $35. Unless you have points. So hopefully, you have enough points where, they allow you to pay for it with your points, the baggage fee. But I think that's stupid. I think you're just gonna be another airline, and you're not gonna have any, you know, um, you're not gonna have the leg up on anyone else anymore. You're just gonna be like everybody else. So why do people do that? Why do companies do that? I understand it's all about money, but that's kind of greed too, right? Say I'm a family of four, and 4 people have bags. You know, $25 a piece. That's $100. So add that to the ticket prices. So I just think, I mean, companies can do and will do whatever they see fit for their company, to continue to, I guess, to thrive and to survive. But something tells me Southwest Airlines was doing okay. And, sometimes greed gets in the way and we allow that to take over instead of, having this great thing, this marketing campaign where, the whole world knew that, right? Bing, you're free to roam the country. Bags fly free. You know what I mean? I've been a fan of them for a long time. But guess what? I'm not. I'm switching to Delta now. Okay, done. I'm done. I'm switching to Delta. So, hey, real quick, the blog. Okay, I have a blog. The blog. Okay, so I have a blog on my website. So if you go to russellofhotels.com, just scroll down, you'll see the drop down menu for the blog. Hit that, bing. Anything that I talk about for the most part, maybe not today's topic, but anything that I talk about normally is on the blog. So if I'm here, the topic is, what do I do at Northstar meetings, SMU conference, it'll be there, like highlighted, things that I do. So of course I'll take photos and sit and put those on the blog as well. So there's a lot of things on the blog, not just a lot of the topics, but some of the photos and videos that I take as well of the hotels will be showcased on there as well. Because normally I showcase a hotel. I mean, even today I'm showcasing a hotel. I'm not going to show you my room for the most part because I think it's no, it's not a mess. Should I don't, let's see. Let me take my camera. Okay, see, that's outside, right? So, but there's a glare right there, so I don't want to show that. I don't want to show, that's the bed I'm sleeping in. So I have 2 beds, right? See? Okay, so you see a little bit of it. Yes, I iron my own clothes. Okay, all right. So stop. I iron my own clothes. So anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Nope, I want to be over there. Let's be right there. So yeah, so let's see. Did I want to be? Let's see. I think I was more over here. Okay. So just make sure the blog, you check that out when you can. And there's information about past, topics that I've talked about as well. So it's not just today's topic. In fact, that color does not look good. Okay, hold on one second. See, sometimes you don't do. What am I trying to do here? What am I trying to do here? Let's see. Okay, so you have the green screen there. So that's what happens sometimes when you forget you have the green screen on. You have to switch over because, okay, see, green screen is on there too. So there's a little discolored. So now the green screen is off. So let's see, where was I? Where was I? So okay, so normally on air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show comes on a Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Okay, so today's Tuesday, but I wasn't able to do it because once again, I'm here in New York and we were having meetings at that time, so couldn't do it. And FYI, it's 10:35 here, okay, in New York. Some people don't know that, East Coast is 3 hours different. So yeah, so I'm in New York and LA is 7:35. Okay, just for people that are keeping score. So yeah, it's late, right? So and I have a 7:30 breakfast in the morning. Okay, so we get up early and we hit the ground running and all that stuff. But you know what? For the team, I gotta take one for the team here. So when probably I should be asleep, but you know what? I'm not worried about sleep right now. I'm worried about getting information out or doing this live, this daily check-in, because that's what I do. It's all about being consistent. So no one wants to hear your story about, okay, you got to be up early at 7, you have breakfast at 7:30. That's okay. They want to hear about Southwest Airlines because everybody didn't know about the Southwest Airlines thing. So I thought it was important, imperative that I let people know that Southwest Airlines have lost their mind. They're going to start charging for the bags. So the bags are not going to fly free. So maybe that's going to be a new campaign. Bags don't fly free anymore. Shame on you. So, so let me stop talking about Southwest Airlines because that's giving them more, you know, that's promoting them more. No, I'm going with Delta Airlines now. Okay. In fact, I flew Delta from LA to here, and I'm flying them back home too. So yeah, shout out to Delta Airlines. Appreciate you guys. At least we know up front what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? So I'm going with Delta all day long. So but yeah, once again, on air with Russell of Hotels is normally every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Okay, so next week I'm gonna do it next week, and I believe I'm gonna have a well, I'm not sure if I have a guest or not, but Miss Paula C is gonna be on. She may be on for the daily check-in, which will be next Monday. If she's not on Monday, she definitely will be on Tuesday. So, and I told Miss Paula C because she's with Cloud Beds, right? And I guess they're doing a new promotion or something like that, and she asked to come. I said, of course, Paula C, that's my girl. So yeah, so we're gonna have Paula C on next week, and make sure you guys check that out. So yeah, so if anybody wants to come on, just let me know. We'll have a conversation first before I say okay, let's do it. But policy is always welcome. Policy with Cloud Beds is always open. I mean, always welcome on air with Russell of Hotel. So there you go. So I'll keep you posted on that. And then next Wednesday, this is something I've never done before. I think I may have mentioned this last week. So in fact, wait a minute. I don't want to mention it. I can't remember. I can't remember the name, so I'm not going to mention it right now. But I'm going to be speaking at a university next week, and I don't think I've done it maybe one other time, but not in a classroom setting. I was there for a program, but this time I'm going to be there in a classroom. So I'll give you more information about that because I want to make sure I mention the professor's name and all that. So keep next maybe tomorrow when I do the daily check-in, I'll let you guys know exactly all about that. Give you all the specifics. Okay, so this is it. So any questions at all, I'm always going to give you my information. So please email me, russell@russellofhotels.com. My website is russellofhotels.com. All my information, how to get a hold of me, what I do is there. So feel free to check that out at your leisure, okay? Because it's there. It's always going to be there. And anything that I, posted will still be there as well. Just like on LinkedIn and YouTube, which I'm live on now. All my shows are basically on here, at least for the last several years, are on there. So feel free to go to my YouTube channel. If you don't follow me on YouTube, or meaning you haven't liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Just go to that like button, bing, and hit subscribe, and boom, there you go. I'm there. So yeah, so just make sure you do that. I would appreciate it. I'm trying to raise those, the viewership on YouTube. I'm already on LinkedIn, and I'm close to about 27,000 connections on LinkedIn. So shout out to LinkedIn, okay? And some people ask me, well, how'd you get 27,000? Well, you know what LinkedIn did years ago? LinkedIn did not allow you to because it was industries at one time, it was industry specific. So if I was in the hospitality industry, it really didn't want you to link with other people that were outside of the industry, because I know this because I got suspended one time from LinkedIn, right? And then they said, well, we're suspending you for some reason because some people didn't know me and I was trying to connect with them. But I said, isn't the whole reason, the whole premise behind LinkedIn is to so people do know you? And why would I want to be just connected with hotel people or hospitality related people? My job is to, well, one thing is to create brand awareness, right? So I can do that for any brand, not just for hospitality brands. So they were kind of, you know, I don't know, they didn't see the vision early on. Maybe you're a handcuff where you can only communicate with the people that were in your industry. And I'm like, no, my industry um expands through other industries as well. So especially if I'm doing hotel site selection, my clients are not hospitality people. They can be law firms, they can be insurance companies, they can be financial companies, accounting companies. I mean, special interest groups, associations. So leisure, basketball teams or traveling basketball teams. So those are all my clients, right? So if how are people going to know what you do? So it was one of those things where when I wrote that back, then they unsuspended me, right? So that was years ago. So, but that's how I started, getting 27,000 on my way to 27,000 people, that 27,000 connections, because I would connect with people who I knew maybe needed my particular expertise. If that's meetings, if that's creating some brand awareness, whatever that is, that's what I did, right? So that's what I continue to do to this day. But now I'm getting more. The connections come now. Okay, I don't have to connect. I don't have to basically take the initiative because people will now connect with me. So that's a good thing, right? So when you put stuff out, you consistently put out content, and it's all positive content. You know what I mean? Nothing. I'm not dogging out hotels or people or anything like that, because we all know on certain platforms that's what you want to do because you get more likes and views and connections. I'm not all about that. So yeah, I do have 27,000 connections, but it's not about, and I didn't get it from screwing people over. You know what I mean? That's not, because that's not what it's about. That's not what I stand for. So yeah, some people, and LinkedIn is not the place for that. What I do is just basically give you the information, right? So if like I said, if I'm at this hotel, the Marquis in New York City on Broadway, I'm gonna show you that, right? Because this is what I do. My job is to, do hotel site selection. My job is to create brand awareness. Although, I'm sure the Marriott Marquis says, oh, they don't need any help at all from me or anyone else. Well, no, they do. Most hotels need help. If hotels are running 100%, 24/7, 365 days a year, then yeah, they don't need help. Okay. But what hotel is doing that? So any hotel that's not running 100%, um, they need help, right? So my job is to create that brand awareness, because the hotel may not be on your radar. You may know about it, but sometimes it's not on your radar, right? Until maybe you hear from somebody, you hear from a representative from that hotel, or maybe you just happen to be visiting, you drive by like, oh my God, that's right. I forgot all about the Marriott Marquis. So it's all about being top of mind, being consistent. So one thing that I try to do is keep my brand, Russell of Hotels, consistent. So if that means I'm gonna bring brands along with me to do that, like the Marriott Marquis, that's what I'm gonna do. Just like I'm attending the Northstar meeting, the SMU conference in New York, that's what I'm gonna talk about, right? Those are things I'm gonna bring with me because there's some people that don't know about SMU conference. There's some people that don't know about North Star. Okay, so look them up. Look up North Star. Look up SMU conference. Look up the Marriott Marquis in New York. If you're interested in coming to New York, check it out. Don't take my word for it because I'm staying here. You check it out and you do your homework and see if okay that is a good place for me to stay. It's right there on Broadway. You know, Times Square is right around the corner from that. So it's a good place to be. It's a good place to just be. Okay. So there you go. I don't know why I said all that, but hopefully there was somebody that learned something from there. But once again, it's all about exposure. It's about that awareness factor. And my job is to um, expose as many hotels as I can. And exposing hotels, that's a good thing. Okay. I'm not, doing something that's underhanded or anything like that. No, I'm here to expose them, meaning create that awareness factor for hotels, for CVBs, for DMCs, anything in hospitality, and the places that have the non-meat eats, right? Like on the fly, vegan on the fly. Okay, so check out vegan on the fly. Did you know? Let me just do this real quick, and I want to be out of here because what time is it? I've been on here 27 minutes. Okay, these typically go about 15 to 20 minutes, but sometimes I get a little long-winded. Okay, so bear with me. So, what was I gonna say now? See, I forgot. Now I forgot just that quick. What the heck I was gonna say? Did it have to do with the food? The non-meat eats? Gosh darn it, I forgot just that quick what I was gonna say. But anyway, okay, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. If I can't remember what I was gonna say, it's just not meant to be. But yeah, but like I said, my job is to create that brand awareness for hotels, DMCs, and restaurants that non-meat eats. Right? Like I said, on the fly, just real quick, on the fly. If you're in New York and you're looking for vegan, or I call it non-meat eats. Okay, hashtag non-meat eats. So if you're looking for that and you're in New York and you're staying at the Marriott Marquis or near there, it's literally right down the street, 7 minute walk. Okay, so you can't beat that. So anyway, I think that's it because I must be getting tired because I can't remember what I was gonna say. So, but anyway, that is it. Thank you guys so much for joining on air with Russell. Oh, I'm sorry, this is not on air. Thank you. Let me rewind. Uh, Once again, thank you guys so much for joining the Daily Check-In with Russell of Hotels. The Daily Check-In comes on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. On air with Russell of Hotels comes on every Tuesday. Well, normally every Tuesday, just not today. Comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Okay, same platform, LinkedIn and YouTube. Okay, those are my platforms of choice. Although I will, put the same content on the other platforms, IG, Facebook, all that kind of stuff as well. So other people can see it as well. But primarily, I'm going to be on LinkedIn and YouTube. So there you go. And if you haven't checked out my web series called Hospitality Unplugged, check that out as well. It's on YouTube and LinkedIn as well. That's basically the journey of Russell of Hotels, or my journey. So it's about my experiences. One thing I'll say that everything that I do is about my experience. It's not about yours or something I read or whatever. No, it's my experiences, and there you go. So from when I was in college to when I got my first job with Marriott, I'm talking. Those are things I talk about. So I'm continuing, and so I just did. I think I just put out episode number 11, and I'm getting close to getting into sales now, right? So and this is stuff that I have to remember because I didn't write this stuff down, right? I'm just regurgitating. Is that a good word to use? to regurgitate it. Maybe it is. I don't know. But yeah, so my job is to regurgitate this information, and I'm sharing that with people. Right? But it's based on my experiences, right? So it's the path from me working property on property to being Russell of hotels, because eventually I had to leave to become Russell of hotels. But before I could do that, I had to amass experience, and that's from starting off as a housekeeping manager to going to front office to being a night manager and an AGM, and eventually getting into sales. But there's a path to get there, right? And it wasn't always easy. And I pointed some of those things out as well. And no one wanted to give me a chance in sales, right? So, and those are things that I talk about. And I went to this one hotel, this last hotel, but the last episode 11 is, and people thought I was a transplant. I was a spy, So check it out. So if you haven't checked out Hospitality Unplugged, check it out. Let me know what you think. So anyway, it's on YouTube and LinkedIn. So everything that I do will be on YouTube and LinkedIn, like I said like 100 times already. So anyway, that is it, because I cannot remember what the heck I was gonna say, but and it was gonna be good too. I can just, how you can just say, it was good too, and I can't remember, but that's okay, because guess what? If I forget something today, tomorrow, when I do this, I'll probably remember then. So there you go. That is it. Once again, live from the Marriott Marquis in the NYC, the one on Broadway. I'm Russell of Hotels, and have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. And as always, peace.